Happy birthday, sisters, Kazina sisters, and all the children, female and male, Kazina sisters and cousin brothers of an interplanetary planet, a universal planet named Earth. Today is a birthday that I share. Today is a birthday that I share with many other people, including Bell Hooks, Gloria Jean Watkins, and Amina Wadud. Today is the day that we three and many more people, and I'm going to start with females, women and girls, were born of their mothers, and many of us were blessed to have sisters, and almost all of us blessed to have female Kazinas, who are sisters a few steps removed on the family tree. And we equally bless all our cousin brothers in a new paradigm today. Today is not only Rosh Hashanah, which is the new year of one of the world's more ancient faiths, Judaism, but it is also a equinox holiday of feast day in many traditions of the world, Persian and Anglo-Saxon and Middle European, all celebrate this period of time, and also in the Southern Hemisphere, especially the Argentinians, the South Americans, let's say it that way, the Africans, and the New Zealanders and the Australians are celebrating this as really the first Earth Day of spring, because it takes a little while for the spring equinox light, which is spring in the Southern Hemisphere, or the autumnal light, which is golden time or autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, to reach the planet Earth. On this moment, I am declaring myself with all who adopt the new paradigm of the new millennial golden rule to be the co-saviorah of the planet Earth, the very endangered planet Earth, and all the people on it who I love. And I especially love these people. These are also the children and great and grandchildren of my mother, Harriet, who gave birth to me today, who was the daughter, a sister daughter of her mother, Ray, who was also a sister to Clara, and gave birthday to my mother, Harriet, and another sister whose name I want to say with love. We need to hold people accountable to love. And we have some very complex aspects of our family occurring right now, which are related very simply to patriarchal process in families. So I am holding off on giving her name until she can celebrate many many uncelebrated birthdays of our family that need to be shared together. But these women all had sisters, as I have a sister. And we all have, even those who are women who are born with only brothers as their siblings, have through their family tree female kazinas who are simply females, sisters of the daughters of sisters and brothers. So everybody has actually kazina sisters on their family tree. And we're starting with that celebration, with them in the celebration today, but with equal love, intense and great love for our intergenerational cousin brothers, our nephews and our nieces and our nephews, equally important and represented here with great love. Now I'm going to just pull up and with hugs, I'm going to pull up, and I made a mistake today. I'm trying to navigate the complicated yin and yang of holding people who have not been accountable to loving process to accountability to engage in it, while at the same time including them in loving activities. And when you've been giving a lot and people take it for granted, which is usually the conditions of mothers on this planet, and I consider myself a mother to all the children, female and male of all ages of this planet, as well as their sister. I am a risen mother-sister figure, representing Mother Nature also. Um, then we have to kind of navigate a difficult chasm between holding people accountable to showing love and living by love, and also encouraging those who have fallen away from the loving ability to rediscover how to love. We have many victims of patriarchy in our world. We're all victims of patriarchy. I certainly was and still am most of my life, but I have risen above it to make this announcement. This is the announcement that will save our planet Earth. I say right now the government sits upon my and your shoulders as you embrace the new millennial golden rule, which is available at 5050now.wordpress.com. And you can also call into this broadcast by calling 213-416-1560, and the access code is 877-907-160. And we're going to take some breaks during our broadcast. You'll see us kind of putting things down for a minute, and we will let you look at the beautiful heart light and the marvelous, miraculous budding flowers in water that come from our and our neighbors' shared neighborhood here, a local global neighborhood. And so we'll take some breaks, but we are welcoming you to call in, and we especially ask and have been asking those that we knew as children, whose names are especially sacred to us, our closest sister and our closest, well, adopted niece and young nephew and all of their young cousinas and cousins, to come to this conference and know that they are being thought of today and cherished as the greatest gifts of my life. And though the people who taught me to value in my heart, which is sometimes hard to know what to do in action when people are not being loving toward you because they are already impacted by patriarchy. But in my heart, the bonds that I have formed since childhood and in childhood, and remembering people as children, those that I helped raise, the one especially that I helped raise, but there's more than one actually, and there's several that I knew as children that have been invited to this. A very precious, as children and as youth. I'll talk about also the period of youth, that is teenage and young, early 20s period, or era, you might say. I don't want to use that word period, because to me life is one big comma. These are people who are especially precious and I've been trying to shepherd them into these congresses and conferences and teleconferences, and not always been so successful. But I'm hoping by this broadcast today it will make it easier, and I'll be able to distribute this to them, and they'll know how cherished they really are, how incredibly cherished and cherishable they are, and how full of potential for living love in the light of a new paradigm that is the new millennial golden rule that they are. So we're going to take a little moment here, break. I'm going to put this on screen so we can see the heart light before I do my traditional blessing in the water, and the budding flowers and water. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of connecting with people, and then we'll do our traditional blessing that we have done many times for those closest to us and who we love especially. And but we love all people actually equally. Everybody on this planet is a child of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God, and deserves life in love, in a loving culture. And we do not have that at the moment, so that is my job. Although I am late in coming to it, and I'll explain to you why that happened. As Kosev Yorah, first but not last or only Messiah, co-Messiah, Kosev Yorah. So we're taking a little break, so enjoy just looking at the heart light and the family. We're waiting for some simple procedures on the computer. So just meditate on the beauty of the world and the love that you've known and that you've wanted to know in your lives. Meditate on all the people you've ever known and all your ancestry, because today on my birthday, I'm speaking for all my ancestry, starting with the females that go back really thousands and millions of years here on this planet, and probably beyond, because many of us, for all we know, Earth was a settlement of a planet that failed and needed to make a settlement, such as it's possible that many people think that Mars was a living planet and lost life. And then it's possible that human life arose out of that. And we are still in the process of possibly and potentially soon reconnecting all the planets of our living, life-capable planets of our solar system. So we're just waiting for this to come up. So please meditate on your ancestry, especially starting with your female ancestry, all of the Kazinas through time, the circles of women, mothers, grandmothers, sisters, Kazina sisters, daughters of all their mothers, because this is a mother-daughter birthday, especially that we're celebrating to begin with. We also celebrate the father-daughter relationship and the daughter relationship within the family circle is equally important. But starting with the mother-daughter and the sister relationship, this is one that we're especially celebrating today, while also trying to hold people accountable to this importance of this. Are you meditating on your cousines and sisters to begin with, and then our youth, female and male? That is also a special focus of this broadcast, and we will be discussing how these two groups of people, our cousines, sisters, and their next generations, female and male, are so important right now. We're just sending a quick note here. Okay, we're just making a special invitation to some of the people that we love the most, and we don't know what their situation is, or we have a lot of complicated things occurring in our rather post-peak patriarchal culture. But we know that this is important to do and really should have been done earlier today, but it takes me a while sometimes to sort out what is needed for my children of all the world, and those that I love especially greatly, because I know them the best. Hello, my dear. Are you watching me?
No.
Okay, well, I'm on the Hangout. You should have received an invitation a little while. Check your email.
How you doing? Happy birthday.
I'm doing
Time
good.
for birth new earth. Time for a new earth.
I'm doing I'm doing good. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna put you down for about 5 minutes while I complete some emails. Okay? Hold on. Okay? You can call back in 5 minutes or hold on. Okay? So there, are you calling back? You calling back? I'll call you. All, both and each, are greatly loved and must wake up now. Taking a while here. My computer's slow. Gotta develop something called stop scripts, which slow it down. All both and each are greatly loved and must wake up now. Why is this not working? Oh. Giving us trouble. Computer problems. No, it's not sending, so we have to go back and redo this because we're having computer problems. I hope you don't mind being a moment in the life of a Koseviora. This is a birthday celebration where we have to kind of shepherd people toward celebrating one another, including me and our great and grandmothers and all of our family. We're going to edit out when we make the look at the time on this tape. We'll edit out our blank spaces, and then you'll have a cleaner copy to refer to. Right now, the computer's very slow, and we're having trouble just getting invitations out to people. Very slow. I apologize that you have to wait for my more public sermon, but it'll come. These are important connections that I wish I had made earlier today, but the complexity of thinking what to do and how to deal with people who are not accountable yet for their own behavior because they don't live under the new Millennial Golden Rule yet. So they are not there yet. And we understand why people are caught in complexity because we haven't grown up under the new Millennial Golden Rule, and I was delayed in delivering it, especially toward those that I love and care about most. So this is just taking a while to get the computer to do its little job here. And then we'll get to the more content, the important ceremony, and connecting with other people that we love, at least trying to, and we'll see if they're available to connect with. I don't want to see our society drifting into the kind of bullying sociopathy it is drifting into because of patriarchy not being ascertained by so many people as what is extant and causing all kinds of psychosocial adjustments to that are very destructive. And now at this period of post-peak patriarchy, which is quite planetocidal, which is very planetocidal. And I'll be able to speak to that more effectively in just a moment when we get this outreach done. I usually wear a white hat, but because today is my birthday and I was a little girl when I was born, and all children start out looking very pink, it's a birthday as opposed to a full growth day. It's the day of the beginning. My birth began on 9/25. I consider the maturity of spring to come at Christmas time for me, and it's also my conception day. So just waiting for the computer. Very slow. It's been very slow today. I'm not quite sure why. I cleaned up a lot of disk space, but it's slow. It's got a mind of its own, a spirit of its own sometimes. This keeps not sending. I don't know what's happening to it. Not functioning. I don't know. I assume it's another stop script. I'm going to check and see if it will work. Still not working, so we're going to have to try this again. Boy, this is very delayed because of the computer. This has been the story of my experience with these interactions, that the computer has some kind of mind of its own, a spirit of its own that is not always benign in terms of the contact that I make with my most loved family. It gives me some strange kind of feedback at times, and telling me about maybe their receptiveness or lack of receptiveness. I'm not quite sure why it goes in and out like this. It's just super slow. Very frustrating. It's just sitting here doing nothing. See, nobody's calling in our line, so apparently, although people have received word of this broadcast, they're not yet coming on board, which is okay, because we're not quite up to speed here on techniques. So we just know Mother, Father, God as God knows. We made it on the birthday, and this is the new beginning of the new millennia. This is it right here, and we're going to switch it from the dark moment that it's at right now to a very beautiful, light, happy time. Because our heart wants that. That's what is ruling now. The heart rules. Sometimes the heart doesn't know which way to go, because we have a lot of people who are kind of sociopathic in our society, and it's not clear how to relate to them most lovingly, by setting limits or by giving abundant hugs. What is the best way to deal with people who are sociopathic? Very complicated, and I really don't have the answer. Nobody seems to yet. But I know I will come up with it, because that's one of the reasons I'm Kosebura. And I'm going to have faith that I can. Because Mother, Father, God as God want to save this planet and all the children on it. They really do. She, he, the one really does. I often refer to them in plural because they come in the form of process, or the one comes in the form of process. It's interactive and dynamic. So it has relational aspects. very slow, sluggish, very slow. Just doing the best I can with a very slow computer. Keeps not, well, I'm going to have to send it without the special coloring because it's not moving. I don't know if it'll send. It's having trouble altogether. Frustrating. I'm going to close the window. Maybe that'll help. It's not sending anything. It's not doing any trading. I can't reach people that I care about because the computer is not cooperating. I'll try sending it. But it doesn't, it's not showing any activity. It keeps failing at this stage. I don't know what's causing this. It's like it can't. Oh, I have to close some windows. I don't know what else to do. Keeps failing. I don't know. It was working before and now it's not doing its job. This is the sadness of my life. I'm dependent on a computer to communicate with people that I love. I don't always am ready at the moment when I'm trying to communicate with them. This is the sadness of my life. This is the sadness of my life right now. It shows me that things are not quite ready for this, but when you love people and you're caught behind many barriers and then you don't know how to overcome them properly, I'm just being patient and letting whatever happens be the way it goes, because just super slow. It's just doing terribly slow. I think the fact that the Hangout is on is interfering computer should tied up that much. It has disk space, but it's just been very slow. Well, I can only just keep trying. Just keep trying. This is not the way I want it to be. I can't do so many tasks at once effectively as I would like to, because I've run out of computer space, because I've frankly been too patient with people, and my methods of dealing with people who have hardened resistances are limited. No, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. The broadcast will continue as soon as it looks to me like the video is frozen anyway. I don't quite know what's going on here. But I'm still going to keep broadcasting, and we'll edit this later. It's just not coming. My browser is not working. The important thing, the day of the younger daughter who already had a sister and knows now the importance of the aunts and the cousines, and is still reaching his best and praying for them all the time, and all of their children, female and male, is what counts. And that I have not lost that. I'm not getting any response from my browser. This is very weird. Oh, there it is. It's really strange. It's doing strange things. It's just not coming, not doing anything. I'm frustrated. Very frustrated with this now. It's just stuck. I'm waiting. Computer is in kind of stuck. I'll start this over if I have to. If I have to start a whole new broadcast, I will, with the same information. And this goes on and on. I have computer problems that interfere with my I don't know. That's what to do. It doesn't. I'll have to start the broadcast all over again. Okay, well, here we go. It came up now. I think I'm going to close it and start it up again because there's something wrong with this. I'm sorry you're not getting any content right now. You're just getting me struggling with a computer. But, you know, that's the life of a Messiah in the 21st century. I'm still here, and I know who I am. The new Millennial Golden Rule is at 50/50 now. .wordpress.com. That is our way out of our difficulty. That is the chocolate pill. As long as people are exposed to it and thinking about it, even if they're rejecting it, I think there's hope for them. Well, I'm going to have to stop this, and we're going to come back in and start all over. That's what's going to happen. I'm shutting this down, and we'll start over in a minute.